We're off to Grisdale in the new Toyota Hilux, the Invincible X. And under the bonnet, we've got the 2.8. Let's see how it copes. Here we are, Oxon Park. Hey. So this is a new Toyota Hilux. Behind me there's a number of green lanes. We're going to find ruts, crevices, rocks and who knows what. We've had quite a bit of heavy rainfall, so it will be putting this to the test. Now we're on road tyres, but it's a Hilux. They're formidable off-road. I mean, they started out life in 1968. Then the following year, it was so popular, they released a long wheelbase, and the rest is history. So this is the latest one, 2022. Now we've got the top of the range, it's an Invincible X, and it's a double cab. You can also get a single cab, and you can get what they call an extra. It doesn't have 4 seats, but it does have extra storage behind and 4 doors. Now when it comes to choosing a Hilux, well, there's a fair few trims. There's even 2 engines, so you can get a 2.4 with 148 brake horsepower, and you can get this beast. This is a 2.8 and it's available in this and the GR Sport, and that will give you just over 200 brake horsepower. So even the Invincible only comes with the 2.4. I mean, I say only, it's still a damn good engine. It's just, this is better. In a word. It's torquier, it's got more power, and you'll really notice the difference between that and the 2.4. Which means you've got a decent choice when it comes to picking one of these up. For a start, you can get one closer to 32,000, which is a fair chunk cheaper than our 47 grand one. Now it starts with the Active, and that, in my opinion, is farmer spec. You get just the basics. It's single cab, but it's got all the reliability and 4-wheel driveness that you need. You also get Toyota Sense. Ours is singing and dancing, and when you go for the Invincible X or the Invincible, you also get different body styling, cladding down the side, a more pronounced chunkier bumper. But when it comes to the things that really matter when you're driving, that's all standard across the range, including Toyota Sense system. So the bottom line is, there's a Hilux to suit your needs. If you really want to splash out, why not go for the GR Sport? So Gazoo Racing. Now it's got the same engine, but the styling, well, it's in a league of its own. Now you look at the Invincible X and think, what a damn cool name. I mean, for a start, it sounds like one of the X-Men. But it's not surprising. It's got some formidable qualities. I mean, for a start, it's got a fully tried and tested off-road system that's been utilised and perfected over about 50 years. Then you've got things like grab handles left, right and centre, so when you're off-road you've actually got something you can grab hold of. I've also noticed it's got things like airbags in the seats. Now my first thought is, when you're off-roading, say green laning, dropping off big rocks and things, why are they not going off? So the safety system must be pretty top notch. Now you can tell at a glance it's a Hilux, but if you look a little deeper you can see it's a step up. LED lights, slightly tweaked styling. It makes it look far more aggressive. It does give it a fair old look. Combination of rugged plastics means that if you do clip something like a tree, it's just going to bounce off. It's fully teched up. We've got safety, including AEB, collision detection, lane keep assist. You've also got a 360 camera. That's the last thing I expected to find on a pickup. And depending on which trim you go for, depends on what kind of things you get. For example, we get 18-inch alloy wheels, and the more you move up the range you get things like side steps. If you go for an Active, then you only get steel wheels, the application that most farmers choose. They want something that they can't damage. It has such a pronounced look. Chunky cladding. This is in Titan bronze too. And chunky mirrors, and yes, they do fold, which is perfect for when you're going down country lanes. Big windscreen, and you've got a great view. Keyless entry. Now you can option up left, right and centre. Everything from sport bars to side steps. Now we've got side steps as standard because we've got the Invincible X. Dependent on what trim you choose, depends on what features you get. It's got a rather impressive ride height and it's been lifted 60mm too. Ground clearance, well, you're not going to have any problems. It's got a decent approach, departure and crossover angle. And yes, we're built on the old school ladder chassis, and we know that's a tried and tested platform for many years. It's amazing how many vehicles utilise it. Even when you look at the rear diff, you've got a decent clearance, and that's the one place that some pickups do fall down. decent wading depth. I think it's about 700 mil. You look at, say, the clearance between the arch and the wheel. Why don't we put it to the test?
Now I'm in 4 high. If it had been a bit wetter we may have needed to have gone 4 low, but no diff lock, it just glided over that. Nice one, Hilux.
Yeah, it's full of hard plastics. So you've got a padded armrest, but this is hard, it's solid, but it means that it's robust, it's easy to clean. And let's face it, a pickup's going to be taken through the daily toll of, well, especially in, say, a farmer ownership, off-roading. I mean, for a start, you've probably got sheepdog in the front, which means you'll have to wipe off all these paw prints. Climbing in. Well, at 6'3", I've got no problem. But say 6 foot, the likelihood is the side step's going to help you. Grab handle here and grab handle here. That's the one thing that this vehicle does not lack. Airbags here and airbags here. Leather wrapped steering wheel and some decent switchgear. 6-speed manual, old school handbrake, eco and power button, and engine start stop. And look at that, JBL. If you're from the 90s, you'll recognise that. I used to have JBL sound systems, and yes, it sounds banging, in a word. Pop out cup holders. So you've got your camera modes, you've got parking sensors. As we know, well, that's invaluable, especially when off-road, because otherwise they will be beeping like crazy. The design language is nice and simple, very strong. 2 glove boxes, a rather classic and retro digital clock, auto dimming mirror, sunglasses holder, and comfortable seats. They're probably faux leather, because pretty much everything nowadays is. But they're supportive. Also, I've got an electric seat, and mine's comfortable, and I can go up and down. But there is one major challenge with this, especially at my height. There's no height adjustment, so I am quite high, and you've got your off-road system here. So you've got 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, and you can lock your diff with this button here. Decent feeling buttons and rotaries, and it's nice to see that everything is operated like that. It is touchscreen, but look, lots of shortcut buttons. Looking at the cluster, analog, straightforward, with a little fuel computer in the middle. You can see things like economy and some of your safety, and you scroll through it using the system on the steering wheel. We've got cruise control, but we haven't got adaptive. Stalks are nice and solid, and everything's, well, it's got a good feel of quality to it. This looks like it's soft touch, but it isn't. But I do understand why it's solid. So let's face it, pickups are used for farming, construction, towing, you name it. I suppose the bottom line is it's comfortable where it needs to be. Dual zone climate, digital screen. Below here you've got your descent control. We've even got heated seats, USBs and IMT. We've also got start stop and the DPF system. I am a real fan of this gloss black. On the right hand side here you'll release your fuel cap and your bonnet. Let's take a look in the back. It's a decent opening, and the door opens, well, it could open a touch wider, but it shouldn't be a problem. It's good to see that side steps reach all the way to the rear. Okay. Considering the seat's set for me at 6'3", I've got more room than I expected. And to be perfectly frank, I'm being far too lavish in the front. More grab handles, so one here for when you're off-roading, and you've got one here to help you climb in. Airbags around the vehicle. It's nice to see a dark roof and the centre light. Once again, more hard plastics, but at least you've got the same trim that you see on the front and the gloss black, and this is padded, so that's a real plus. Now I find it comfortable, and I find the seats supportive, and legroom, well, it's not so bad, to be honest. I read some reviews that said because this is lower down, then your legs are up and it's uncomfortable. I honestly think they're being a bit harsh. Now you've got a recessed area here with the seat, but I've got my legs like this and I can still close the door. Now my hair does brush ever so slightly, but the bottom line is you're very upright in a pickup, but it's relatively comfortable. Coat hook built into the back of the seat, hit too. Yeah, very clever. Nothing in the centre, so no chargers. As far as the pickup goes, I don't think this is too upright. The seats are deep enough and they're supportive, and more to the point, I can get my feet under the seats. Best bet, go to Toyota and sit in the rear of one for yourself and you'll see exactly what I mean. I'd like to just apologise and add, when we're on location, say in the Lake District, we essentially live out of these vehicles, so they're full of bags, press sheets, flasks, hedge trimmers, you name it. But it does scrub up very nicely.
Onward. Now you're likely asking, how is this off-road? Well, its all-wheel drive system's one of the best out there. It's sure-footed, it doesn't skip around, it feels planted at all times, and it'll just keep soldiering on. And bear in mind, most of the driving we did was in high. You put it in low and engage diff lock and it's pretty much unstoppable. I suppose the only thing that's going to let you down is possibly the side steps. But the actual system itself, it's sure-footed, it'll climb up pretty much anything, and even on road tyres, it copes with, well, pretty much everything you throw at it. As to steering, it gives good feedback, and it's got a nice sense of direction. Combine that with suspension that it's far more comfortable than you give it credit for. You're going to be bouncing over massive rocks, so it's going to be bump, bang, etc, etc. The whole setup just works well.
Chunky styling, serious capabilities and versatility. That's what you expect from a pickup, and that's what you get from the Hilux. I mean, for a start, it'll tow 3.5 tonne and it'll carry over a tonne on the bed. We've got a bed liner, we've also got a roller top cover, but you can get sport bars in all types of options and features. Now, the one thing that I did expect to see is a soft opening tailgate, because this is pretty weighty, but no. Now, this looks pretty sturdy and I can sit on it, no problem. I've also got cup holders. Well, I know they're probably not, but they do the job. Yeah, one thing to note is it is a pretty weighty tail. But the one thing that Toyota have thought of is a reversing camera and parking sensors. Once again, the build quality, well, standing on the step, and I'm around 18 stone. More rugged plastics and Hilux etched here. And I do like the shape of the rear. Just looks, I suppose it's modern. Decent ground clearance, and under here you've got a spare wheel. Now, I did mention we get some rather smart alloys, but you could go for steelies. But in black, especially with Titan bronze, it really stands out and it looks the part. The other thing is you've got a decent tyre, so relatively high profile, which makes it extremely comfortable off-road. It will be bouncing all over the shop, but this definitely cushions part of it. And on the road, decent tyre. And that's the other thing about a pickup. You know that it's got pure capabilities when it can do that kind of thing on road tyres.
Now the bottom line is, these are far more capable than the kind of things that we do. The thing is though, they're press vehicles with road tyres. So we can't just go throwing them down gullies and off big ramps, etc, etc. We'll do what we class as, say, normal green laning. But to be perfectly honest, put a high lift kit on and a snorkel, and well, pretty much anywhere is, well, reachable.
Put knobblies on it, well, the world's your lobster.